What's up, guys? I might have needed that a little lower, and that was sent to me by Spiderweb Shade back when I had one of my Jeeps, and I feel like I didn't rep them enough, so I thought this might be a little bit of a backdrop. I don't know. But anyway, what this video is about is if I could only have one CCW pistol, one carry pistol, what would it be? And oddly enough, I don't think it would be what I carry most of the time. It's crazy. When I started thinking about this, I was like, 85 or 90% of the time, I carry this XMacro. And at the end of the day, if I could only have one, I don't think this one wins. And I'll tell you why here in just a minute. We're going to go over, I have a lot on the table. We're going to quickly go over all these. And then I'm going to tell you my opinion on which one of these, if I could only have one, it would be, and why that is. So let's go over some of what we got. Starting with the Glock 19. Now this is more of a custom Glock 19, but nonetheless, it's still a Glock 19. It's a Gen 4. All these have been safety checked. To me, this pistol was an amazing pistol. And I say was, I think it's a little outdated now. Pistols like this that now hold more capacity, that are actually around the same size and shorter in overall length, have now kind of made this pistol outdated. It is still a great pistol. It is pretty fat. It's not as thin as some of these other pistols. And the lack of capacity, because, you know, this thing holds 17 rounds, where this holds 15 rounds. And that's with flush, you know, base plate magazines. We're not talking about 17 or Glock 17 magazines. We're talking about the factory flush fit magazines, 15, 17. I think that is why this gun has kind of went by the wayside. Still a great pistol, great pistol. But for a CCW pistol, I just think it's a little too big and a little under capacity. Next is the Sig P320. Now I gotta be honest with you guys. With all the news about these things going off by themselves, that right there is enough for me to say, nope, nope. I carry appendix and I'm not gonna stick this. I used to carry this appendix a little bit, and I will no longer. I love this pistol. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It is very pointable. I love the grip. I got lucky enough to get one of the Zeb actually stippled grips, and I really like this gun. But for all the rumor mills out there, until those are either proven wrong or proven right, the limbo is enough to make me say, I don't think so. Plus there again, it's a pretty good size pistol, shorter than the Glock 19, but still capacity kind of says no thank you. Next, the Staccato C2. Now I want to say this, Staccato has, in the last month or so, came out with their CS. If I had a CS, and I hope to get one next year, but if I had a CS, it might top my list. I like 2011s enough, and from what I've heard about that little pistol from all the other YouTubers that have shot it, they say it's amazing, and if I had a CS, it might top the list. But this is a little big. In the wintertime, I'd say maybe. But in summer carry, I cannot conceal this to where it doesn't print pretty badly. I originally bought this for winter carry, and I will probably carry this some this winter. Mine does have a single-sided safety for CCW. That way you don't inadvertently hit the ambi safety on the other side. I still need to put an optic on it because I really don't carry pistols with that optic. But this gun is one of the most pointable firearms I've ever seen in my life. The sights are just right there. But to me, again, it's just a little big. Now, again, it does have 16 rounds instead of the 15 that the other two has, so it is getting closer to that capacity. But it is just a little bit large for if I was only going to have one. I love this gun. It's an amazing pistol. And there again, if I had the CS, the end result of this video may be different, and I may do another one later when I get one of the CSs. But for now, I'm going with what I have, as I've not shot one of them yet, so I can't say that my choice would be swayed if I owned one of them. The Glock 48, and I'm going to tell you why it's not. In case you haven't noticed, we're going through the ones that would not be. It's a little long. I carry appendix, and anything I can get shorter that doesn't, hang so far down my torso and abdomen, I prefer that. It's a little more comfortable to bend over. It's a little more comfortable to carry. And the Glock 43X MOS would just be a better, candidate than a 48. Speaking of the Glock, though, this would be probably a very close second, especially since mine, for some odd reason, started running shield arms mags. I don't know why all of a sudden it started. I still need to do some more testing. But you're getting your 15 rounds. I even have extended magazines to carry for backup for 20 rounders, but you have 15 rounds in a very small pistol that I shoot decent. All right, next, the Springfield. I hate this gun. The Hellcat, I just don't like it. I don't shoot it well. I shoot it better now that I have the Apex trigger in it. But overall, I don't like how it really feels in my hand that great. I just don't like it. I would never carry that pistol. I'm not saying it's a bad gun. If you shoot it good, by all means, carry that gun. Me, I don't like it. So we have the Smith & Wesson MP 2.0 compact. Again, we have the same thing here that we have with the Glocks. It's just too big overall for the magazine capacity you get. You get 15 rounds, and I just think the gun's way too big for that. Now we get into the M&P Shield. Now, I don't have a Shield 2.0. I wasn't the biggest fan of the regular Shield, which I'm not knocking. It's a great gun. I didn't like this hinge trigger, and I know they've changed that out now. But I have other guns sitting here on the table that I just like better than this, and this is what my wife carries. I've just never went out and bought the 2.0. Again, great gun. I'm gotta be honest with you, I'm not a fan of how it looks. I know that shouldn't matter on a carry gun, but I just don't like the looks of this pistol. And there's the other two laying here on the table I do like the looks of, and I actually shoot them better. So if you like the aesthetics and you shoot them better, hey, there you go. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. My Sig XMacro. Love this gun. I love it. 17 rounds, optics, night sights, light, amazing trigger. I mean, it's just great. But it's a little long. It is a little long. You give up a little bit of length to get that 17 round magazine capacity. But there's one I think I'd like better if I was only going to have one. So we went through all these guns. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 guns. I had 10 on the table. We're down to the last one. If I could only have one, what would it be? And it would be the Sig P365X. Now I have, built this one custom. It has a Zev slide, a true precision threaded barrel. And there again, if you're going to run a light, you might as well run a threaded barrel so you can put a can on if you have it, or get a little bit more velocity out of your rounds. We have optic height sights. We have an optic on the gun. We have the XL grip module, which allows you to have 12 rounders and 15 rounders. So I have 15 rounders as backups. I think this gun fits in my hand great. The trigger on mine, since I have the custom trigger in it, is just phenomenal. It's a great trigger, especially for concealed carry. You have a short enough grip here that even during summertime carry, I can conceal this no problem at all. In the wintertime, it would definitely be no issue at all. And it's been 100% reliable. I put probably 1,1500 rounds through this pistol since I've had it. Not technically with this barrel. This barrel's had several hundred rounds, but not thousands of rounds. I did have a Zev barrel in it as well, but I went ahead and threw in the threaded barrel, I don't know, a few months ago, and I've got to a few hundred rounds through it. But if I was only going to have one, this thing is crazy comfortable to carry. Anytime I go to Florida, this is probably going to be the one I take. It's probably not going to be the XMacro, just because you can see here how much more hangs down. I don't even have a magazine in the XMacro, so it would hang down even more. This is just very easily concealed, and very comfortable. It's actually more comfortable than the XMacro to carry. Now, I do carry the XMacro most of the time, just because I do get 17 rounds. But when I go somewhere that I would like to be a little bit more able to conceal my firearm, this would be the top pick. And for that reason alone, this would be my number one pick for if I can only have one. Just because if you can only have one and you need to conceal it more, and this is what you got, and it's a little harder to conceal, you might be more likely to leave that at home. And I would give up a few rounds to be able to not have to leave it at home and be able to conceal it. Now, a lot of people are going to say, hey, you've got shield arms, 15 rounds, very comparable in size. I shoot this gun better. If you shoot this gun better, this Glock 43X, by all means, this is the way to go. If you shoot this better, way to go. Both those have a higher magazine capacity than this. I shoot this gun better. I shoot this gun phenomenally. Just lights out with this thing, and the trigger is great, and that would be my pick. Let me know in the comment section what pick you would have. It don't have to be what's on the table, just what you carry. But the main point is, buy something you can afford. If your budget is a high point, and that's what you can afford to protect your family with, buy a high point and protect your family. By all means, I want you all to stay safe. So don't think that you have to buy a $3,000, $2,800 Staccato, or a big fancy custom Glock to protect your family. If your budget is a high point, buy that high point and protect your family. Train with it, get proficient with it, and protect your family with that. But for me, if I could only have one, this is what it would be. Again, leave a comment below. Let me know what your pick would be if you could only have one concealed carry gun. I gave up a little bit for mag capacity, but being comfortable means a lot, because if it ain't comfortable, a lot of times you won't carry it. And being proficient with it means a lot in a carry gun. And I am proficient with both of these, but I would give up a little bit to have the more comfortable XL and more concealable XL. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.